Well, hello and welcome to this week's episode of On Deck with Avoya, your weekly travel update. I'm your host, Chris Green, Director of Network Expansion for Avoya Travel. Thank you so much for your time and for your continued support of On Deck with Avoya. We had John Chernesky, Senior Vice President of North American Sales for Norwegian Cruise Line, on the show last week. And it amazes me just how much positive feedback we continue to receive on that episode and about the program in general, its content, and how it really seems to help those engaged with our program have a deeper understanding of what makes Avoya Travel different and why it's elite and why we're the number one host agency in leisure travel. We've got a great show lined up for you today, as well as we do our yearly check-in with my good friend, Avoya Travel Senior Vice President of Market Expansion, Sam McCully. Now, while Sam is a longtime employee with Avoya Travel, he's recently been promoted to this new position. So we're excited to hear about his new role and how that will continue to shape the future for Avoya Travel, as well as get a mid-year update on all things Avoya Travel, the travel business in general. We'll also take a sneak peek at what 2025 has in store for those in leisure travel as well. We'll wrap up the show today with information on our latest promotions, travel agent education. There's a sale going on there. You're not going to want to miss the news about that. Resources exclusive for those in the Avoya network, our social media channels, and of course, all the ways that you can reach out and get the process started to affiliate again with Avoya Travel. Proud to be the number one host agency in leisure travel as voted by the travel industry. All right, let's kick it off this week's episode of On Deck with Avoya, your weekly travel update and our featured Q&A. And we always get great engagement when this guest joins us, and it's become somewhat of a yearly tradition at this time, the end of June, early July timeframe, for this guest to share his high-level insights on what makes the travel industry so dynamic and exciting to be part of. So please help me welcome in our featured Avoya Insider guest this week, Sam McCully, Senior Vice President of Market Expansion for Avoya Travel. Sam, great to see you. Great to have you back on Deck with Avoya.
Hey, Chris, it's great to be back with you, my friend.
So, Sam, like we normally do, for those that may have missed your previous episodes, maybe give us a quick backstory on your history, especially the last decade here with Avoya Travel.
It's crazy to hear you say a decade. But yes, I've been with the company. I've probably been with the company for 10 years. Just briefly, I was brought in originally by the Anderson family, given my deep marketing experience and acumen, in particular in large enterprises, large brands, Fortune 50s, across different verticals and industries, to help come in and partner with the family to build what is now today's industry leading marketing organization in demand generation enterprise is really what we call it. And over the past 10 years, I've really been partnering closely with our co-CEOs, both Jeff and Mike Anderson, to do some really incredible things, with our very talented team. And very proud to say that we have accomplished that mission that we set out upon, which was to build the industry's leading marketing organization that supports an incredible and ever-growing network of talented travel advisors. So, and I think that it is not. I'm not just proud of what we've built. I'm proud of who we built that for, which again is our amazing travel advisors, and the reach we have out in the marketplace, and how that we continue to help them feed and grow their businesses with high intent, high quality, very fluent travelers that we bring into our Avoya Travel platform. So it was an
100%.
amazing 10 years, but it's time for some new frontiers.
And exciting, right? Too. I mean, Sam, we're so excited to have you on the show today of all days, because in some ways it's breaking news, the news that your new promotion to head up a brand new team at Avoya Travel. Congratulations, to you on that. And some may, wonder, what you're going to be doing, I guess. Maybe you can share with us a little bit about this new role as Senior VP of Market Expansion.
Yeah, I'll do the best to share as much as I can without sharing some of the secret sauce. But yeah, first, I just want to, yes, it is definitely breaking news. The ink is not even dry yet. So it was a good time to come on and join you for the conversation here, Chris. But I'll first have to thank Jeff and the rest of our ownership group. In my opinion, it speaks volumes that, about Avoya, that, opportunities like this continue to be created really at all levels of the company. Obviously I've been at a senior level with Avoya for like we said, a decade. But really, I think it speaks to our innovative and entrepreneurial culture in the company. And so I'm absolutely thrilled. And this comes at a really pivotal time for Avoya. We are continuing to aggressively grow, and we have a lot of momentum. So, and for those that know a little bit or more about us, we really do have an extensive portfolio of capabilities, and a growing base of customers across the platform that we really service. So we're really well positioned to do this. We're uniquely positioned to do this, I would say, as well. Really, only Avoya can embark upon this aggressive agenda, I'll call it, and create this new group, which we call the Market Expansion Group. And just briefly, what I'm going to be up to in this new group of people that we are building upon. We're going to be out opening up some new markets, identifying and then sourcing some new markets, both within and outside of travel. We're going to be developing some new entry strategies. We're going to be collaborating with internal disciplines and departments within Avoya to expand our capabilities for key partners, strategic partners, and build new innovations and new things that we're going to bring to market. And then, working on, our exploring and expanding new possibilities with our partners, and then ultimately bringing more competitive advantage to Avoya, both in how we service and support our travelers, the amazing amenities and value that we bring to our travelers, and also to our network of travel advisors, just increasing our competitive advantage. So I know I kind of hit broad stroke on some things there, but really at the end of the day, I'm also excited too, because I will get to work very closely with our very talented marketing group. We have some incredible leaders in that group. Jeff Anderson, our CEO, co-CEO, is going to be very involved there in the next phase of Avoya marketing. So really, at the end of the day, the goal here is to open up our partnership footprint, to bring some new innovations, new capabilities to market to our partners, to increase our competitive advantage, and also at the end of the day, help our travelers and our amazing advisors be more competitive and grow faster. So we're really excited about it.
As I think all of us should be, Sam. I mean, I know from my role, in network expansion, where we're basically the part of the company that gets to brag about all of the other resources that we have, to now have this new department that you'll be leading, market expansion. It just gives us one more way to set Avoya Travel apart from our competitors. And I think at the end of the day, that is what drives the value for both those in Avoya Travel and those in the Avoya network. It's just how unique and different we are. And I think you're the perfect guy to be heading up that opportunity. So I think it's a win-win for all of us, that's part of the Avoya family.
Yeah, I'm really honored and super thrilled to be leading this forward with this new initiative.
We love having you on the show this time of year, because we just think it's a good time to kind of do a temperature check, right? I mean, here we are just past the halfway part. Hard to believe, but I mean, here we are halfway through 2024. How's the first half of the year shaping up, Sam, from your standpoint?
It's yet another year of historic growth for our industry. Really just, a record-setting year for the entire industry. And obviously in my previous and even more so in my new role, I'm looking at a lot of the signals out in the marketplace, right? And one of the primary ones is demand. Demand for the product that we sell. Absolutely no signs of that slowing down. We all read the news. We watch the news. We watch everything that's happening on across the whole internet, right? And there's always folks talking about a slowdown or worries about this or that. But at the end of the day, we're seeing no signs of demand slowing down. In fact, accelerating. I'm sure you probably heard some of the recent data points on air travel. I believe 7 days of historic record growth in daily air travel for the year, which is just incredible. So demand is very strong. And the other thing that we just get really excited about is, speaking of our partners, especially on the supplier side, the product that they're building. I mean, across different categories, and ocean and river and tour and land, the innovation and the product that they're bringing to market is just incredible. Like, for example, expedition. A lot of the things that we see out there, our supplier partners, they're just raising the bar. Our job is to help our travelers plan and book better and to provide more value and more peace of mind. They're focused on their product and they're delivering not just the innovation and new product they're bringing to market, but just the overall product delivery, right? And so, that is very exciting to see that just they continue just to take the raise the bar as we're doing our part, they're doing their part. So really exciting things there. For Avoya specifically, we've got a few headwinds this year, as I'm sure every retailer player out there has. But we've got a long list of wins this year in terms of our technology, growth of our network. We've reached historic levels well past COVID. Over 2,000 travel advisors selling within the Avoya network. We have our incredible Avoya Academy. I believe you kind of did a quick soundbite on that up front. I know we've got a sale going on. But as we help more, especially new to travel advisors, get certified, get educated, and get ready to become a travel advisor, and then hopefully affiliate with Avoya or another best-in-class offering out in the marketplace. Just incredible success and momentum and ultimately growth of what we call the Avoya platform, which is that marketplace that we built that we're expanding with traveler, amazing suppliers, I mentioned that, and then our incredible network of travel advisors. So we continue to ramp up. We have big plans for growth as we move into the second half. We're already in the second half of 24 and well into 25.
But as we look forward, right? While you have to always be cautiously optimistic and you certainly can't have your blinders on and not see what's happening in the world, it's safe to say, right, Sam, that there's reason, especially out of that new to travel perspective, to have really strong enthusiasm about what's happening in the future of our industry. The rest of 24 shaping up great. 25 is looking pretty strong already. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Absolutely. I would argue that our industry has it's the smartest, most diverse, most innovative out there. I've worked in a lot of different other, industries and verticals, CPG, electronics, aerospace, professional sports, really, you name it, automotive. And, I've never worked with a smarter group of people that are more talented and also more passionate about what they do. And I'm talking about the whole industry, right? All at different aspects of it. So, and then, travel, as we know, we've gone through many stages of the demand cycle after the pandemic, but the reality is, experience, in my opinion, and others, especially in this industry, experience in things that will help you broaden your horizon. Travel is, something that people will continue to prioritize. I think as companies like Avoya are upping our game with how we're helping travel advisors get certified, get, educated, and then affiliated, and then ready to build a business. There's tons of reason, a long list of reasons, really bullish about entering the travel industry as an advisor. There's a lot of amazing ways you can build your business these days.
So, Sam, even though you've got a new title, it doesn't change the fact that in my mind, you're a marketing whiz. So I want to kind of have you put your old hat back on for just a second, but share with me your thoughts, kind of big picture on how you see the marketing landscape for travel advisors, the travel community changing in 2024, because I know technology is always out there kind of pushing that boundary, right?
Yeah. Pace of innovation and change in marketing wasn't already fast. It's now just hit like hyperspeed, and I think AI is all the talk everywhere, right? And I don't see it any different than any other new technology or tool or thing that you just want to try and learn. So I think it really starts, in my opinion, to be successful really in any position or any company or anything you build. You just have to have that thirst and kind of hunger for knowledge and for learning. And we've gone through that this year at Avoya Marketing. We really have we've been on the cutting edge in a lot of things in the space for quite some time. But AI is something we embraced early, and we are seeing how that is powering some new things and new capabilities and ideation and creativity like we'd never even imagined. So now, if you fast forward to July 18th, we are spinning up our people. They're taking courses on AI powered tools across everything from design, video, voice, content, user experience, customer listening, ad buying, optimizations, data, and much more. And so we're really embracing it. And like if you have kids or grandkids, they're utilizing the tools as well. And so I personally have really enjoyed the journey, and it is a journey, and it's a learning experience. But I think if you really do have that kind of entrepreneurial kind of always be learning mindset, and you just try some things, you're going to get smarter and you're going to see some opportunities for how you can use it for your business.
Good piece of advice there. Sam McCully, Senior Vice President of Market Expansion, is our Avoya Travel, Avoya Insider guest today. Sam, why, in your opinion, would say a top-level vendor, whether they be a cruise line, a tour operator, or whatever the case may be, why would they want to partner with a company like Avoya Travel? And how do you see that benefiting them?
Yeah, really good question. If you ask around to a lot of our key partners, they like working with us, and there's a few reasons why, and we work hard on that. I mean, we really try to be very customer centric. The relationships and the partnerships deeply matter to us, and we also have really smart people. Every day I'm kind of blown away, and this is a huge testament to the Anderson family and our new ownership group. We hire really smart people, and we retain them. And so, I think if you ask around to the supplier ecosystem, you'll hear that. And that's something we work really hard on. And the other important driver there is our capability. We've invested significantly, well past a lot of our competitors. And by the way, we have amazing competitors. I'm friends with a lot of them. And there's tons of room for growth for everyone, but really our people, our passion, and then our platform and our capabilities really do, in my opinion, set us apart. Innovation is also a cornerstone of our culture, and I really like, even if it's monthly or quarterly, going out to our partners with new things that we can offer. We really do work hard on that. And don't sleep at night, because we're always thinking about that. Like, what else can we do to help a partner, if it's in ocean or river or tour or land, if they have some needs, how can we help them and how can we grow together? So we really do, and obviously in my new role, that'll be something I'll be thinking about quite a large portion of my day. And so that's really, at the end of the day, I think why partners have Avoya on their short list.
Again, Sam, over the last 10 years with Avoya Travel, I'm sure you've interacted. In fact, I know you've interacted with most of our top affiliates, so many people that are in the industry at so many different levels. Give me your thoughts on some of the traits that you notice that the strong, successful agents seem to have, continually.
Yeah, I mean, some of my favorite trips are when we get to do reward trips with our network of advisors. We just hosted one down, Phil Capelli, our chief sales officer, my new boss, down in the Yucatan in May at a property. And man, was it just awesome. I love, listening to what they've done to build their businesses, what they're challenged with, new opportunities that we can help with. So, I am always, when I get an email or a message from one of our advisors, it's one of the first things I respond to, because they're amazing. So I think, for me, some of the secret ingredients there and traits to be successful today and probably hopefully tomorrow, there's a few things. Those that have an entrepreneurial mindset and are really dedicated to building a business for the long term, that's a big one. You got to be resourceful and scrappy. Really, there's a lot of things out there that you can use. So go find them and use them. Like I said earlier, having that like that student mindset of always wanting to learn and having that hunger for learning is important. And then there's a term that one of our founders used often that I've kind of brought back in preparation for this: ABT, or always be testing, right? That's a good thing. We're doing that in marketing and Avoya all the time. Does everything that we try work? Absolutely not. But when you're building your business, I think you got to be an entrepreneur. You have to be testing, and then you might try 5 things, 2 of them will work. That's okay. That's a good thing, because you're out there, your learning curve is accelerating, you're trying some stuff, and you're going to get smarter and better over time. The last few things that I think for me, I notice with those that are highest performers in our network, they specialize. That's a big part of who we are. We allow our travel advisors to specialize in what they sell. If that's a few different specific suppliers in like a category, if it's Ocean River or beyond. But specialization is really important, because you're going to have a passion for it, and then you're going to work hard to learn it as well. And that, at the end of the day, when that customer is on the other line, if you're on FaceTime with them, or you're texting, they're going to see your passion and your knowledge of the product very quickly, and that's really what sets the travel advisor apart. So, important as well. And then the last thing, I don't know, maybe this is like controversial. I don't think it is, but I kind of, as I was writing for this, I wrote down the term "be your beautiful self." Like, fly your flag. You are your brand, right? So, and if you love, booking weddings, and or you have some other niche thing that you really like to sell, or way to sell it, that's a good thing, because it gives you personality. It gives you something unique that your brand offers, and something unique that you're as a competitive advantage for your agency, and for you as an advisor. So again, be your beautiful self, fly your flag, and don't be afraid to show your customers and really the industry what you're about. That's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, that really piggybacks off the advice that John Chernesky gave our audience last week, when he said something really similar. He said, listen, if you're known as a funny guy, kind of like I have, like I've cultivated that throughout time, he said, lean into that. He said, if you're not funny, don't try to be the funny guy. Just like vice versa, if you're the funny guy, don't try to come across as super serious on something, because you're probably going to fall flat on your face. So when you're your authentic self, and then you have that something that you're passionate about that you really can dig into, definitely a win-win. What about you and the family, Sam? Any personal travel that you just got done with, or anything on the horizon coming up?
Well, we had ambitions to do a European holiday this summer with the kids. I have a 16-year-old boy, his name's Finn, and a 14-year-old daughter named Sienna. We have some good friends, both in Italy, also in the UK. But we had to put that aside, because my daughter made a travel lacrosse team that we were really excited about, and of course supported 100%. And my son plays tennis, and he has tournaments this summer. So we went from a European holiday to basically shuttling all around the area that we live in now. But honestly, I think it's the greatest honor. So to answer your question, we're going to do a late year Hawaiian trip with the family, and probably a few other family friends. And then next year we're putting a pin on it and throwing it on the calendar, blocking time. We're going to do that European trip next year to see some good old friends. My wife's Italian by heritage, and I have some very good friends in the UK. So we're going to do some time in France, Spain, Italy, and then we're going to final leg will be in the UK, visiting some friends in Bath. So we're really excited about that.
Sounds like a great one for sure. Hey, just a couple minutes before we wrap up, Sam, but I did want to give you an open forum to maybe talk about anything you think is vital to our discussion. Maybe it's about your new role, or something that we just haven't touched base on yet.
This is a little bit more just from the heart, I think, but I would just say that, if you're considering this industry, I would encourage you to step into it. It's such a blessing and a gift to be part of this industry. I've earned my stripes as a marketer outside of the industry, and thankfully, uh, not fell into the industry, but was invited in, and I'm so thankful I was. So, I just, if you're considering a career path or a change, it's just such a wonderful industry. It's done so many things for me and my family. We've gotten to do some incredible travel together through this industry that we wouldn't have been able to do. So there's going to be good times. There's going to be challenging times in our industry, but it's the best one out there. So that would just be my last thought there, Chris.
For sure. So, Sam, we've kind of pivoted on our last question as we've headed into our new year for On Deck with Avoya. So we're excited to get your take on this one. But what do you think as an industry, just kind of big picture, give me a thought on some areas they need to focus on, let's say over the next 5 years to continue to have the success that we've been seeing the last couple of years in leisure travel?
Yeah, it's interesting if you talk about, fashion or, dare I say it, politics or, technology, right? There's always kind of a boomerang, it's like things are, kind of ebb and flow and things go out and they come in, and there's always in 2025 and beyond, there'll be new things that everyone's talking about, right? But at the end of the day, in my opinion, the players and forces in this industry and the travel industry to find the right balance, and maybe I'll say the perfect balance between technology and people, will win and continue to win. And really, at the end of the day, relationships are really what matter the most. And in the context of, as it relates to a customer relationship, in this case, if it's a traveler or a client, that relationship that you have with that customer is what matters, at the end of the day. And it's really as simple as that, Chris.
Good stuff. Sam McCully, everyone, Senior Vice President of Market Expansion for Avoya Travel. Sam, thanks again for your time. Congrats on the new role with Avoya Travel, and thanks for your continued support of On Deck with Avoya.
It was a pleasure. It's an amazing show, and honored to be part of it, Chris.
Thanks again, Sam. Next week, I think she's our longest tenured employee at Avoya Travel, and she's coming back for another spin here at On Deck with Avoya. My good friend Sandy Magoon, Senior Director of Network Enrichment at Avoya Travel. We'll talk about Avoya University. We'll talk about all the amazing programs that Network Enrichment provides to help those in the Avoya network. That's going to be next Thursday here at On Deck with Avoya, again, with Sandy Magoon is my special guest. So we want to talk about promotions really quick. We have our ongoing promotion with the military community. We're very proud of that. $100 off any curriculum package in the Avoya Travel Academy. $100 off when comes time to affiliate with the Avoya network. Those that are active duty, those that are retired, and their spouses qualify. Those on my team, those on Gina's team at the Avoya Travel Academy can certainly help get you qualified for those various packages. And speaking of the Avoya Travel Academy, on sale. Flow is $199. That's an amazing price for that basic package. Don't sleep on this one. Reach out, get that information started. Again, I love the sale price, but my thought is always to think like a pro, because if you're going to be a pro, you've got to think like a pro, but it's pretty hard to beat that price point at $199. So again, the Avoya Travel Academy just doing amazing things, and the people that are coming out of that program are just selling. So good stuff there. Once you get through, especially if you're new to the industry and you're actually in the Avoya network, you can take advantage of our best-in-class resources, our agent power, our marketing assets, the agency support, everything that makes Avoya Travel so special. Again, all that information available at avoyanetwork.com. I encourage you to reach out. Also, give us a like and a follow on the social media channels that we've got out there. And now on TikTok and Pinterest and Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube, and I'm sure I'm forgetting one or two along the way, but if you got a chance, give us a follow. Again, that's Avoya Travel Network on social media, or pick up the phone and give me a call if you'd love to hear from you. My toll-free number right there. Also send me an email, chris.green@avoyatravel.com. But again, that information, that wealth of information available at avoyanetwork.com. Big thanks to Sam McCully for being our special guest today. Thanks to Tegan for producing our segment, doing a great job as always. Thank you for being part of On Deck with Avoya. Until next week when Sandy Magoon joins us, take care, my friend.